So, gonna be talking about All of Us Are Dead, a review. And like I said, I think there's 12 episodes, and I've only seen episode 1 through 6. So, right off the bat, and no spoilers. I will not spoil anything, so the review is gonna be somewhat short. So far, well, this is what I'll say. I like it. I do. Now, I hate how everybody's gonna say this. Everybody's going to compare it to Squid Game just because it's a South Korean short. I don't know why I keep trying to say short film. South Korean film. But that's just, I'm just to give you a little bit of perspective, maybe. It's not as good as Squid Game. In my opinion. Now, but I do like it. I truly, truly like it. I'm enjoying it. These Koreans, they have no boundaries. All right. Now, I'm sure you see from the cover. It's not a spoiler. From the cover, the moment you see it, it's about zombies, and it's intense. It's one of those things, and this is a thing I was going to talk about later, but I feel like it's going to be one of those shows / movies that you just need to watch it more than one time to truly understand what you're watching. It's just these Koreans just have no boundaries. It's crazy. And they have their ear to the floor. They have their hand on the pulse, culture-wise. They really know what the world is actually like, especially for young people. And and that's really important, because you gotta have these age like wine, It can't start decent and then get bad, worse, or unrelatable as it goes on. It needs to start almost ahead of the curve and then get more relatable as time goes on, almost. So the filmmaking in this, like most Korean films, is just superb. And what's super weird? I had a dream, and I realized this morning. I had a dream that I told my family about this movie, and I was just talking about it. And I still don't know if it's a dream or not. It's so weird, because I remember the exact I was in the car, and I remember the exact place where we were driving, too. It's so weird. And the location when we were driving, when I said it, so weird. But yeah, the filmmaking in this is absolutely, it's top notch. They've got their hand on their, they got the culture down. And I've seen Squid Game all the way through 4 times now, and it's probably gonna be 5 whenever me and my dad watch it. And so far, this is just so far. What's it called? All of Us Are Dead seems rushed. Seems slightly rushed. And you can tell that Squid Game wasn't. And this is just my thinking. Just seems a little rushed. And there's another thing. But here's the thing as well. This is just from, I haven't even seen the whole thing. I also need to watch it again, throughout again, to really, truly get it. So, take this with a grain of salt. If you like intense movies, intense TV shows that hold nothing back, this is for you. There's no doubt about it. It's good. I'm just trying to see just how good it is, you know, because Squid Game, I knew it was good from the first time watching it, but only when I saw it second, third or fourth time, it really kicked into how elaborate this is, and how many layers is in it. It's just a puzzle that is just perfect. I can already tell that there are a lot of moving parts in this All of Us Are Dead show that some of them have already been, you know, almost missed, you know, like you miss a puzzle piece. So, but then again, 1 through 6, I haven't even seen the rest of the episodes, but yeah. So like I said, seen Squid Game 4 times through, and I'm gonna have to see this at least another time to truly get, you know, what's going on. Yeah, and this is what I write. To get the true vibe of a movie slash TV show, I always have to watch it twice. That's just how I personally work. Like, I can get the gist. This is what I write. I can, of course, get a pretty good idea if the movie or TV show is good or bad from the first watch, but I believe for me, to truly know, I need to watch it at least twice, and that's just me. At least twice. Yeah, I mean, but it's good. It's intense. It's cool. It's innovative. And this is another thing. It's almost like it doesn't take itself very serious. But it's very interesting because sometimes they'll be in a weird situation, like an intense one, and it's playing like boom, ding, ding, boom, ding, boom, ding, ding, boom, ding, like songs like that. I'm like, or you know, some upbeat kind of funny song. I'm like, did they forget to delete that song or something? It just doesn't fit. You know, it's interesting, but sometimes it's just like crazy intense and sad and dark, and you're like, whoa, they went there, you know? But, yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting. And some of it, and like I said earlier, I don't think they're taking themselves super serious, you know? Because some of it, you know, a lot of it I wouldn't say a lot of it, but there's a decent amount that doesn't seem to be very realistic. Like how people would act in a situation, things like that. Maybe it's to build the intensity. It's kind of like the situation where it's like, you know, when 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 a skyscraper is tumbling down and falling towards you, and instead of uh, stepping to the side and missing it, you run like the long way, you know, things like that, where it's like you trip and keep tripping and the zombie's right there, you know, or things like that. You know, it's probably to build, or they see a zombie running at them and they like have to pause and like before, but you know, regular people would just like sprint immediately, you know, like, so, you know, things like that. Me personally, I don't like that. So when I make films, I want to make it to where, you know, that's how people would act in real life. And for something, you know, for most of the movie, it's they do a good job of it, for sure. But, and this is another thing about this show, the logistics have to be crazy intense. I'm gonna pause the filming really quick. Just hold on a sec, please. I just paused and restarted because I don't know. I've been doing a lot of work on my computer and didn't want it to crash and then me lose the footage for whatever reason. So whoops. Gotta pull up my handy dandy ding dong transcriber. So the logistics I wonder how many people got hurt while filming this. Because one, me with, neck and back issues, the zombies are always like, I don't even want to pretend to do it, but imagine this in super fast motion. They're just like twitching their neck apart or around, and I'm like, dang, you can tell that a lot of it's fast forwarded, in post, but still, it's like, man, you got to do some stretches before all that. And then there's all these people like tumbling over each other, and yeah, I don't know. It either they're all stuntmen. I mean, they probably have to be, but yeah, it's good though. Highly recommend you check it out, because if you like that kind of stuff, it's intense, it's bloody, it's gory, it's dark in some areas, but it's very light and very nice in some areas. Um, yeah. And as always, I recommend you watch it in Korean because that's, how it was filmed. That's how it was meant to be watched. But do what you want. I totally get the appeal of watching in English if you speak English. I mean, obviously, but you. And for a second, actually, I did switch it to English just to see what it was like. Because I don't know if you guys know, in Squid Game, the English dub is just like terrible. But this English dub is actually decent. But the thing is, their emotions are off. Like I watched a scene in English, rewinded it, and then watched it in Korean, and it was so much more rich in Korean. So I think you miss out a lot if you watch it in English. But do what you want. You know what I'm saying?